Temp check. What kind of summer are we having this year? A family road trip summer? A beach bum summer? Or a wake me when the sun sets summer? With Instacart, choose your own adventure and skip the shopping side quests. Where available, you can get ice cream delivered to your hotel, sunscreen to the pool, or cold brew to your bed. Well, door. In as fast as 30 minutes. Wherever you find yourself this summer, you can get the goods. Download Instacart for free delivery on your first 3 orders. Offer valid for a limited time. Minimum $10 per order. Excludes restaurants. Additional terms and fees apply.
We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature. Whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With All Trails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today and make the most of your summer with All Trails.
This event or product.
Hey kids, what time is it?
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Jeff Lutz.
Soak it in, boys and girls.
I know, so weird, but you know the heart wants what the heart wants.
And Jason Duda.
Soak it in.
Stop it! You people are supposed to be funny and wacky.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Showtime. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready? Ready.
Good afternoon and welcome. It is Bob and Jeff on KFH on a Tuesday in the second week of July. Bob is out today, fresh off. I don't know how late he was up last night. I don't know what adult beverages he might have consumed, but Bob Lutz coming off his second straight League 42 Division Championship.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe it?
Well, yeah, I can believe it.
2 in a row, and he's calling it quits. He's taking the low road, the high road. He's taking some road. He's out of coaching. He's done.
2 in a row. He's John Elway in it. Is that what he's doing?
Last year, yes, that's what he's doing. I was reminded of a post that my dad put up last year when he won his quote-unquote first championship. And he was talking about he's never won a championship. Oh, no, I've never won a championship. And I don't know if he needs to be reminded that my summer league team won him several championships.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he forgot.
We won leagues, we won states, we won districts.
You basically won everything.
We were second in the nation.
Oh, my God.
For him.
That good.
And this guy is whining about never winning a championship. In a division, in a league.
It's embarrassing.
It is kind of embarrassing.
I'm embarrassed that he forgot about the championships before.
It must not have meant as much to him with his own son playing.
Well,
we get that.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say anything.
If I hadn't been on the team, he probably would really celebrate the championships that I won him. But it doesn't go that way.
It goes Bob's way.
Yeah, Bob is a 2-time League 42 division champion.
There you go.
And we certainly are proud of him for that.
Absolutely.
Jason Duda, a fairly unfamiliar voice coming back to us. We had the big fella on while you were gone, Anthony. We had David Michael Hahn and Mike Furches hosting one of the shows with me.
Oh, geez.
Just a nice little cavalcade of characters coming through the doors.
Yeah, the All-Star coming in.
And where was Jason Duda?
I was gone.
Not even on this country. I was about to say continent, but that wouldn't have been right.
That would have been a lie.
You would have been in. You were in this continent, but not in this country.
I was not. I was in the homeland.
Tell us about it.
68 to 72 degrees.
Nobody cares about the weather.
Oh, yes, they do. When
anybody
you're
can go inside.
When you're sitting on the deck and just looking at the ocean.
You know, it was nice this morning.
Which
we had
is
the window open. It was beautiful.
50 feet away. Eagles flying around.
Eagles, huh?
Yeah, like real eagles. Whiteheads and everything.
Wow.
Great big guys.
I thought they were our national bird. What are they doing up there?
There's tons of eagles on the island. Like,
why do people use the weather as a way to rub it in?
Because when you come home and it's 100 degrees,
then
it
move,
stinks.
Jason. Then move.
It stinks. So when you get a break for 10 days, it's great.
But why do people use that like I'm better than you because I was somewhere where the weather was
You asked me how it was. The weather was great.
That's it?
Great.
That's all you're going to give us?
What else
You
do
didn't bring
want?
any ketchup chips back, or cheesies, or coffee crisps, or whatever they're called. Is that
No.
what they're called?
Yeah, they're back.
Is that what they're called though? Coffee crisps?
Yeah. Those are the ones you guys liked.
Well,
I
we liked all of them.
I didn't get any of the small ones, but I got a couple of the actual chocolate bars.
Did you get any all dressed?
They're terrible.
They are?
They're terrible.
Why?
Because they're terrible.
What are they dressed with?
Everything. All dressed.
I thought you liked everything. You're Mr.
Not
Everything.
in chips. Not in those.
That's unfortunate.
No. Hickory sticks. Brought some hickory sticks back.
I don't know what those
Oh,
are.
those are fantastic.
Are you going to bring us some
No, those
Thursday?
ones. I only got one bag, so I can't share those.
You have to just let us try them.
Yeah, but then that would be mean if I let you try a couple of those and not give you any more. You
That's
can't.
okay. We just want a sample. We believe that hickory
Well,
sticks
then I got to open the bag, and
Why'd you
I got to
only get
eat all
one
the
bag?
stuff. Because we only travel with carry-ons, so we don't have a lot of room to bring a bag of chips
driven.
back.
You should have driven.
No,
What's it like going across the border? What do you have to do? Just here's my
from
my
your
citizenship
passport, tell them
card.
what's going on.
I've done that.
See you later.
All right. Well, it doesn't sound like that much of an interesting trip. You didn't bring much of the food back. You're only talking about the weather.
Weather was great.
Did something happen on the trip that you don't want to talk about?
Weather was great.
Sounds like maybe there was some.
Nah, the ocean was good. The first few days were a little.
Did you not get along with the family?
Oh, the family was fantastic.
Everybody's good?
Lots of cards, lots of laughs. Family was great.
What's the go-to card game for the family?
Either 31 or crib.
31's a good one.
Yep. Or a lot of cribbage too.
Cribbage, I don't play that one.
So that was a lot of the card games in the evenings after you would make dinner. The ocean was good. The first few days, like I said, it was kind of misty, off and on, and the tides.
What a
weren't-
loser
the
you are
tides
going to a
weren't-
place where the weather wasn't good.
The tides weren't working with us very good. So the last 2 or 3 days, the tides were perfect in the little cove we were in, and my son was in there swimming. He got a wetsuit. He was in there finding crabs and anything else that was floating around in there. It's good stuff.
Sounds like an amazing time.
Went and dug some clams or some, not clams he found. What do you get? Crab.
Yeah, you just
Picked
said
up
that.
some crabs on the back. Yeah, and then we dug for clams and oysters.
And
Dug a 3-foot hole,
what
3
do
by
we do
3.
with the crab?
Well, you just put them back.
Okay, thank goodness.
But it was probably.
I don't want to have
it
to
was
lecture
a,
you
It was a
today.
decent size. It's probably the size of my 2 hands together.
It's impressive.
That was a decent
That's kind of
size
scary,
guy.
in fact.
Well, yeah, but he knows what he's doing, so he doesn't get pinched. Then we dug for clams, and that you know what's nuts about the ocean? We dug a 3-foot by 3-foot hole, maybe a foot deep. We had 70 clams out of this little hole that we could eat.
You're allowed to dig on the ocean?
Yes,
That deep?
As long as you buy a fishery license for the day,
Okay,
which cost $8.
not bad. What's that Canadian, like $45?
No, it's $8 Canadian.
Oh,
It's
good.
like $5.50 American. So 3 by 3 hole, a foot deep, 70 clams, and probably 200 other ones that you don't eat. Then you find ghost shrimp, sea worms. In a 3 by 3 hole, it's just crazy what comes out. So you know the size of the ocean.
Big
Like,
ocean.
how much stuff is in there?
Well, what I mean,
How much stuff is in there?
doesn't the size of the Earth just astound you when you think about it?
Well, think about that. It was a 3 by 3 hole, so it was maybe as big as a small dinner table,
Yeah, it's like a box essentially.
and a foot down.
Basically, opened a box of stuff.
And it was just like digging for treasure, finding this, finding that, and that was a 3-foot hole.
Yeah, the
How much
ocean,
stuff is in the ocean?
so much stuff.
Like how much, Jeff?
It's like, stop messing with the ocean. I don't know how much stuff is in the ocean. A lot of stuff is in the ocean.
Well, I'm
Why don't
asking
you go do some research
Come up with an
about
answer
this?
once in a while.
Okay.
Like I want to
I'm gonna
know how
type
much
that-
stuff is in the ocean.
What are you talking about?
Because we found all this stuff in this little hole.
There are 5.25 trillion pieces of plastic debris in the ocean.
That's disgusting.
It is.
I didn't see one.
Well, it's down there. That's how big the ocean is.
So you go right
do you
to
wanna know how many?
trash.
Well, that's what I typed in the ocean. Or in the search, how much stuff is
Not
in the
interested
ocean?
in the trash, Jeff.
What, animals?
Animals don't live in the ocean. Aren't they mammals?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Animals are mammals.
I'm running on
They're
zero
about
sleep.
242.
Leave me alone.
242,000 known and described marine species living in the world's ocean.
There's more than that. The ocean's what? There's like 95% of the ocean hasn't been.
242,000 species.
Yeah, there's more than that. I found at least 6,000 in that little hole.
About 91% of ocean species have yet to be classified. So you're thinking that's only 9%.
So that's what? 5% of the ocean that's been explored?
Who knows?
So times that by 20.
Think about how
Times that number by 20, Jeff.
Think about how deep you can go into the ocean that we haven't even.
That's what I'm saying. So
We
that's
haven't
how many
even-
they know of, and we've only explored about 5% of the ocean. So times it by 20, and that's how many species are out there. Let's just be honest. We haven't got to them all.
How much of the ocean has been
The
explored?
megalodon,
5%.
I'm sure the
How'd you know
megalodon is
that?
still there. Huh?
How'd you know that only 5% of the ocean has been explored? Where'd
Well,
you come up-
I'm not as dumb as you think I am.
But why did you know that? I'm
I
not
just
saying
knew,
you're dumb.
I just knew that. I don't know how I knew that, but I knew that.
95% of our ocean is unknown. And that covers 70% of the Earth's surface.
Yeah.
So we've essentially
Not
that
even
math.
half. Yeah, we haven't even covered half of
We
the
haven't
Earth's surface.
even covered like it's 20% of the Earth.
Not even close.
Surface is different than depth. See, that's where you were wrong.
No, the surface is included in the bottom.
No, the surface of the ocean
Surface.
could be the
What
front.
about Megalodon? You know he's out there.
I don't know what that is. Is
That's the biggest shark in the world.
that a real thing?
Supposedly went extinct. Megalodon?
Is there?
You've never heard of a megalodon?
It's an extinct species of giant mackerel shark that lived 23 to 3.6 million years ago. Allegedly.
Allegedly. But we haven't come close to 95% of the ocean, so we're just assuming it's gone.
What is the?
It's like a 50-foot shark.
That's crazy. 40,000 pounds of bite force per square inch.
Yeah, good luck getting out of that one.
I don't think I would.
No.
What killed the megalodon? Competition with great white sharks? How did the
No.
megalodon lose to the great
There's
white?
no way. That
If the
couldn't have been.
megalodon is a loser,
That's why the megalodon is got to be still around, and I believe
no,
that.
the megalodon was a loser.
No, he's
in the
still
fight.
kicking. He's just living way down deep in the ocean. There's a bunch of them down there just hanging out. Guaranteed.
Studies of fossilized megalodon and great white teeth show that their diets overlapped, and they couldn't beat the great white to the food.
Well, that could be possible.
You want to know anything else
Yeah.
about the megalodon?
Yeah. Where does it say that they're still kicking? Because I know they're around.
Almost all fossil remains of megalodon are teeth.
I thought I saw one, to tell you the truth.
Well, you should have brought it home.
Well, I tried to
Would
catch
they
him.
allow that over the border?
I tried to catch him with my little fishing rod, 20-pound test. I don't know if I'd have held on to him, though.
The megalodon was adapted to warm tropical and subtropical. This is wild. This is wild to me.
What?
That stuff that exists now existed millions and millions and millions of years ago. There was this water then that is still here now
Yeah,
and will be here long after
we're gone.
everybody's gone.
Probably.
It's crazy.
And so you're telling me the megalodon can't still be alive?
The megalodon's gone.
No, it's not. That's a farce.
Let's get Quint to catch him.
Who's Quint?
From Jaws. He'll find him for 5,
See?
but he'll kill him for 10.
He's a good player, old Quint.
What did megalodon look like?
He was a shark. He was just a great big shark.
No, I'm asking the question that's in this article. That's not.
If he lived that long ago, they would know. There's no pictures of it.
Exactly.
Megalodon would have eaten meat, most likely whales and large fish, and probably other sharks.
Yes.
Man, and that thing went extinct.
I don't think it's extinct.
That tells you just about anything can go extinct.
I don't think it's extinct. I think it's still around. I think there's a few kicking around down there in the bottom, about 3
Just
miles
because you
deep.
watched the Meg a few years ago?
Oh, no, I've thought this
The
for
ocean's
years.
deep.
Very deep.
That's the thing that probably ate that sub that went down to look at the Titanic.
See?
It could be.
Well,
I bet
you
there
never
would be
know.
some evidence of that if it had happened. but
How? What evidence?
Didn't they have
Just
like cameras down there and
Chomp,
stuff?
eat, gone, tummy. See ya.
I don't know. I don't have the answer.
Megalodon's alive.
Why don't you go see a great white shark?
Oh, we saw some orcas
Why don't
that were right in that bay. That was pretty cool.
But I'm asking you,
They got
why
those
don't
big
you go
fins,
check
and
out a great
they were
white?
just there was like 3 or 4 of them that are just kind of playing around. It was pretty cool, man.
They're angry dolphins on
Oh
steroids.
yeah. You
boy.
don't want to. I'm not go. Trust me, I'm not stupid enough to be like, hey, let's go jump in and see what's happening. No, that sounds like a great idea, Max. So we did see a few
4,000 pounds
those.
of force per square inch for the great white shark bite. Is this doing anything for you?
Yeah,
This conversation?
it's just making me feel more confident about me thinking the megalodon's still kicking.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because every now and then they find an animal that they thought was extinct. roaming around.
Exactly.
They just found something.
Oh, geez, he's still around.
was long
Oh,
gone.
wow. Well, he didn't swim up to the shore, so I could just look at him really easy. What do you think? Megalodon's going to come and say hi? No, he's not.
Here are 10 animals once presumed extinct. You ready for this?
Yeah. Megalodon, number 1.
Victorian grassland earless dragon.
Okay.
You ever seen one of those?
No.
The coelacanth. That's a fish. They came back from extinction. Some of these animals are very cute, and it makes me it breaks my heart that some of these animals went extinct, or even that a terror skink.
Yeah, I don't know what any of these are, man. Is there
okay.
any fish that they're talking about in there? We're talking about megalodon right now.
I just told you. There
Not
was
a
fish in-
dragon grass-eating thing.
I just told you there's a fish in there. The coelacanth.
And all this
Col-
from Jason
coelacanth.
Duda's clam bake.
That's right. Dug a hole and look where
Ancient-
we're at. We're
these
going down it
ancient-
in a hurry.
These ancient fish were thought to have become extinct at the end of the Cretaceous period, some 66 million years ago. However, much to everyone's surprise, a live specimen was brought up from the depths by a local fisherman off the coast of South Africa in what year?
96.
1938.
38.
That's 66 million years later.
And so you think
That
it just
wa-
showed up or they've always been around?
I don't know.
They've always been around. They didn't just all of a sudden appear again.
I don't know how it happened.
Well, I'm telling you how it happened. Wait till they pull up Megalodon.
It's the serendipitous discovery is now considered to be one of the most important zoological findings of the 20th century.
What about mermaids? They're still kicking
Oh,
too, I
stop
bet.
it.
They just
See,
want
we-
nothing to do with us.
we take
they're
something-
smart.
we take
they're
something
in the bottom of the
serious-
sea, and they're like, I don't want nothing to do with those people on top.
We're
staying down
serious
here.
and educational.
And they're probably talking to the megalodons, and they're like, yeah, they're a bunch of idiots up there.
And
That's
you-
exactly
and you
what's
ruin
going
it.
on.
And you ruin it.
I didn't ruin it.
We take something that was educational that people were learning from, and you have to make a mockery out
It's
of it.
no mockery, Jeff. It's just the truth.
Speaking of
Unbelievable.
mermaids,
Did you see Pam Anderson roaming around?
No, we went down a walk down Lady Smith and Chemainus. We never saw Pam, so disappointing for her that she didn't get to meet us, but it's all right.
I'm going to set up the show because we have to go to a break here in just
Well, let's set it up, and then I want to talk about Megalodon again.
Well, we might be able to, we might not.
Well, we'll see what happens.
There's stuff I want to talk about at
yeah,
the
but
top
your
of the
stuff,
hour.
it doesn't matter right now.
At 2:25, Zach Bush, the coach of the Aftershocks. I tried to get 2 new players from the Aftershocks on, and I thought I was going to get neither of them. So I said, hey, Zach, why don't you just come on? So he's going to come on. But then after I booked Zach Bush to come on, after I thought the new players weren't going to come on, see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
Are you connecting these dots?
Yeah.
Jeremiah Martin, one of the new Aftershocks players who played at the University of Memphis, is going to join us at 2:45. So some Aftershock stuff today.
With the guy from Memphis.
Yeah. Did you know, Jason, and I'll ask Zach about this because people want answers. There are double the number of players on the Aftershocks who never played at Wichita State than those who played at Wichita State for their entire career.
Yes, I would like to know why.
We need to do something about
Well,
that.
you know what? We could ask this guy I'm sure Zach probably knows.
Well, we have Connor Frankamp, right, who didn't play as – we have shockers, right?
Yeah.
Frankamp, Darrell Willis didn't play his whole collegiate career. There are others.
So I'm guessing this is just, they call them the Shocks, but it's not really just Shocks.
Do you know the only two Aftershocks who played their entire collegiate careers at Wichita State?
Fred Van Vliet?
He's not on the Aftershocks now.
Ron Baker.
No.
Well, he should be.
Come
on, Ron. Get out there, kid.
The two mainstays.
Get out there.
Rashard Kelly and Marcus McDuffie. We'll take a break right now. We'll come back and talk to the head coach and general manager of the Aftershocks, a former Shocker himself, recently married.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's Zach Bush.
And Megalodon in the next hour.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
I've got stuff I need to talk about.
Well, okay.
So,
we'll see.
So if you want to talk Megalodon, you need to bring something about, because that was just me talking about Megalodon and you saying, well, they must exist.
They do exist.
So if you want to talk it,
that's going to be my first question to every guest we have today.
If you want to talk Megalodon at 3 o'clock, bring something to the table. Stay with us, Jason Duda, Jeff Lutz, Bob and Jeff on KF8.
Megalodon.
Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress them on the third date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature, whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With All Trails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today and make the most of your summer with All Trails.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show.
Let's go to the IHOP hotline and talk to the head coach of the Aftershocks. His name is Zach Bush. Zach, how are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you? But I'm a little confused. No Bob. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this today.
Well, if you want to hang up, Jason Jason and I handled the first segment with perfection. So, I mean, it's your decision, Zach. Do what you got to do.
If you're busy, Zach, and you got to go do stuff, man, hey, happy days, buddy.
All right. You know what? Fine. Let's go ahead and do it.
All right, we might as well. Aftershocks begin play July 20th, noon start. It is a Saturday, Zach, but a noon start? What's up with that?
Believe me, I didn't love it either. The deal with that is, TBT needs TV times. The best TV slot for that day was at noon, so that was with their decision for putting us at noon to get us on FS1. I put up as much of a fight as I could have. I wasn't happy about it either. And I know the guys, once they hear about that, won't be thrilled because if there's anything 28-year-old men love, it's getting up early in the morning and playing basketball instead of playing at 7 o'clock like they're used to.
Especially after a Friday night. I mean, you just wasted the whole weekend.
Yep, exactly. You get it.
Yeah, well, I've been there, so just in a different sport. Zach, tell us about the roster a little bit here. Jeff and I were talking, we got a lot more other players than Aftershocks this year. Just give us a little rundown on how this whole thing came about.
Yeah, we like our group this year. I know it feels like I say that every year, but this is a group we're really excited about. It always starts with that core alumni group because if we don't have them, we're not playing. We're not an alumni team, so we always build around that, and that typically has been Connor, Marcus McDuffie, Rashard, Darrell Willis. We missed Rashard last year quite a bit. He was unable to, but thankfully we'll have him this year. He'll miss the first game because his mom's getting married back out in Virginia, so he'll be out there for that.
Well, if it's a noon start, though, can he get here and get back for the wedding?
Right? We didn't think about that. We might have to look into some flights.
There you go.
But no, we we have that same core group of guys, and then you add in Alterique Gilbert and Trey Wade. We're excited about those two. I think Trey's kind of a Richard type mold where he does a little bit of everything, and then Alterique ended up getting hurt last year early on in our practices, so thankfully he's healthy this year. We're excited to get him out there. And then some other pieces that aren't alumni. We got Caleb Walker back, who played last year, and fans might remember that he was a Hutch High kid and then played at Butler, so he's got local ties, and then finished up in Nebraska, but he's coming off a great season. He played in the same league that Richard Kelly did in France, and then actually played on the same team that Frank Mason played on, and Frank's going to be playing with the KU group, so funny connection there. Jordan Parks, who played with us, is back. And then we added two new guys. So Jeremiah Martin, Wichita State fans might remember, he kind of terrorized us in the game with Beale Street Boys last year. So we figured we'd stop battling him and add him to the mix. Just a really solid combo guard that can give us some flexibility, both scoring and, initiating offense. And then a big man, Jabari Narcisse. Big men are like diamonds. They are I guess maybe not diamonds, something even more rare. It seems like this was the most impossible year ever to find big men. But fortunately, we found one that we think is going to be pretty good.
That's like finding a megalodon right there.
Exactly.
Oh, boy. Zach Bush, our guest, he's the coach and general manager for the Aftershocks. So, yeah, college basketball and college sports in general are changing a lot, and this TBT is going to evolve. It's not like Richard Kelly's aging out or Marcus McDuffie, but, there's so many transfers into Wichita State. There's so many transfers out of Wichita State. Does it become tougher to find guys who want to align themselves with Wichita State University? Does that make sense? Like, Jamarius Burton, he was a shocker, and he was a really good shocker. Is that a guy you talk to? Is that a guy who wants to distance himself from being a shocker? How do these all conversations go?
Yeah, I think it's a great point you bring up because it's something we both talk about, with JR and Garrett and I, of when we're trying to form the team. First off, how do they view themselves? Do they view themselves as, even though they may have left, do they still have shocker blood in them? Or are they, like you said, distancing themselves? Fortunately for us, pretty much every conversation we've had with guys isn't that way. Although their time here may have ended, it's almost unanimous that, from a fan perspective and just the way that the fans treated them and just their experience as a quote-unquote shocker is pretty positive almost all the way around. Then you obviously add in the ability to compete with guys who are friends. To them, that always helps. So it's different guy to guy. I won't say it's the same for every single guy, but we've certainly had conversations with guys who have ended up, transferring. Like Trey Wade's the perfect example. Situation kind of changed for him, and he ended up at Arkansas, but he still loves Wichita State. He loves the school, loves the fans, and there's a reason why guys come back here. But it is something where I think it's changed a little bit from, maybe my generation, that last group that kind of came through before the transfer portal era started and all of this, kind of went down the road it's gone. But I don't want to say we bled it a little bit more than they did, but I think we certainly had a little bit more of an attachment to our university and to our program more than anything. And so I don't know if guys are going to continue to have that, and that does make it tough, especially when you want to attract players that fans have an attachment to. Because at the end of the day, if the fans aren't going to come, there's no reason for TBT to come back. So that's probably the biggest concern is finding guys that the fans have an attachment to and would like to see come back.
Well, and with that, how many guys did you reach out to that didn't come back, or the guys that you wanted to come back that you didn't? Like, how long was this list that you guys had? And obviously, some guys have other commitments and they can't do it and that sort of thing. But how many guys did you guys actually have to go through and talk to in order to make the roster?
Yeah, fortunately, that core group of Richard, Connor, Marcus, Daryl, they're all in. Trey, he's all in. Alterique, but so that helps. You kind of got your solid foundation. But from there were certainly guys that we wanted, like Dexter Dennis, and his was just more of this year had a little bit of a dynamic where there was summer league going on and he just wouldn't be able to make it in time, but there was certainly interest. So, a guy like that who did play 4 years here, transferred, played at A&M. It's a good example of a guy still having a lot of love for this place and being open to coming back. But yeah, we probably went through. I won't give exact names just because I don't want to put guys.
No, I don't want names, but just kind of numbers.
Yeah, I would say probably 4 to 6 guys that we talked to, and whether it was different obligations or just not really being interested, just for the sake of a lot of them. I think they spend so much time away. I know it's easy for us as fans to be like, well, why would you want to come back here for 2 weeks? But when they live across the water for 9 to 10 months, 2 weeks is a big chunk of the summer when it's time they get to spend with family. So I get it, as frustrating as it may be. So someone like Joe Ragland, I'll just give you a name. Like we've tried to get Joe year after year because he's such a high-level player, and he's a veteran overseas. His career has been tremendous, but some guys, it's hard, man. We keep knocking on that door, and maybe one day we'll get him.
And Dexter, you mentioned, he's a guy kind of like you said, he's the summer league, kind of on the precipice of the NBA. He had an 18-point game last year, which I don't know if a lot of people know, but that's pretty impressive with Dallas.
Yeah, there's guys absolutely like him, Craig Porter, and then I would even say Ricky Council. 3 guys who fortunate to have good relationships with through myself and through my younger brother Bryson. Knowing them, they're awesome dudes, and we would love to have them. And it's great for them. Selfishly for us, I would never say I wouldn't obviously want them to make it in the NBA. I want them to have the best career possible, and so would love for them to make it. But those are guys we would love to have if it somehow didn't work out in the league. And they were kind of that last. I would put them in that category of almost the last generation. When that transfer portal was starting. So it's definitely a different wave now of guys, and hopefully we see more guys at Wichita State stick around for 3-4 years and not 1 and 2. And hopefully this is a good sign because Coach Mills retained a lot of last year's group, and I know they're excited about that.
So there's like a thing, I don't know if it's between Wichita and Louisville necessarily, but Louisville's trying really hard to get that attendance record. They're the host city that has some of the other top 10 attendances in the TBT history. It's basically Wichita and Louisville. Have you heard about that? What is Wichita perhaps doing to make sure that doesn't happen?
Yeah, absolutely. It's something we're keeping an eye on. We take a lot of pride in that, that we've had the best fans, and it's always fun for me to say that when we're recruiting guys, whether they're, alumni guys or those last couple guys that aren't. I love throwing that out there that, hey, this is already awesome. You're getting a chance to win $1 million. You're playing with your buddies. And then on top of it, it's far and away the best environment, and the ticket sales numbers prove that. And the attendance records prove that. And so we're keeping an eye on it. I'm always checking that number every day, just trying to, communicate out there to fans that we need them, how important they are. Trying to work with TBT on promotional ideas, getting the players to reach out via social media. But, I think it always takes care of itself. Our fans just like good basketball. This year is going to be, I think better than in past years because the KU group and the K-State group are bringing probably their most competitive teams. KU group, like I said, bringing Frank Mason in, who was a National Player of the Year in college, having a really solid European career. Thomas Robinson, fan favorites like that. And then with K-State, you got Jacob Pullen back, you got Barry Brown, Xavier Sneed, these different guys that made great tournament runs for K-State. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And every year it seems to pick up, and that momentum kind of builds when everybody sees the games. They're back in town and back on TV, and each round gets a little bit better. So, we hope that continues.
Zach, I got to ask you, with everything going on currently in the college basketball, what are your thoughts with everybody transferring, the NIL and everything? Because it has got to be so hard to just build a program right now with the way things are. It makes it tough on you, but it's awful for the fans because they don't know anybody that's coming back. I'm just curious on your opinion on everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard in a sense. If you put yourself in those players' shoes, I think, if we all, kind of put our initial, whatever we think, our bias aside, and we put ourselves in their shoes, it would be hard not to, take what's being given to them. When you're 18 years old and you have the ability to suddenly make money or, find different situations. And I'm not saying they're always correct. I think there is kind of obviously an issue with kids facing adversity and seeming to immediately just change schools instead of staying and fighting through that, and that kind of building character and making you into a man. Not saying necessarily that's correct, but as far as the money, it's hard to say that, these kids shouldn't take the opportunities that are presented to them. I completely get on the other side, the fan perspective. It's hard where it seems like in a kind of a no-win situation, and I think Pandora's box has been opened a little bit. I think the NCAA made a huge mistake in the way they went about things. Change was obviously coming with just the lawsuits that were going on and the NIL space. But the way they opened it up and then offered no guidance, and I think it just became the Wild West. And it was almost worse than it was before. With you knew bigger schools, you would see stories, and there would be NCAA investigations that would come out of guys, whether it was being funded through shoe deal or shoe companies and AAU, all that. Like, kids were getting stuff. But now it's almost worse that it's all out there, because you have obviously these different schools that have so many more resources than, the mid and low majors. And so I think it was just bound the way they opened it up to end up like it is today. I get where fans are coming from. It's frustrating. I think all you can hope for is that in the coming years, something will change. There'll be some structure that's implemented. But I feel for fans. It's not fun. I remember growing up, I was a WSU and a KU guy, and if Jamar Howard had, transferred after his sophomore year, I probably would have never heard of him. It wouldn't have been a fan, or Fridge Holman, guys like that. So it's definitely different. I don't know what the right answer is. I think there's, people that are making a lot more money than me that are going to have to make those decisions. But obviously something has to change, because it's not working for fans. It's not working for coaches. Building a program now is harder than it's ever been. And they have a choice but to adapt right now. But I guarantee, they're hoping for some change.
Zach Bush, the coach and general manager of the Aftershocks Final Moments. You got married recently. Congratulations on that. You're still coaching up in Omaha, I guess. What is the school year looking like for you and I guess the rest of this calendar year?
Man, I'm in enemy territory up here. I'm in Blue Jay country.
You are.
My wife's coaching at Creighton. I got to hear all about them all the time. I remind them as much as I can about, Wichita State, but now I'm excited. Coming off a great high school season, I'm at Bellevue West. We went 27-1 and won a state championship in what would be the equivalent of 6A. It's called Class A up here. So at a great program, great school, love teaching there. So, just excited for TBT. And obviously, as a teacher, I'm trying to stretch this summer out as long as I can. I'm not wanting to think about the classroom and getting back there, but it's a good place, and I'm just excited to get back to Wichita, see family, see all the fans. There's just nothing like that experience every summer.
Yep, awesome. Looking forward to seeing you back in the Roundhouse again here in about 11 days. So be safe, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, guys. Good to talk to you.
Thanks a lot. Zach Bush.
There he goes.
Pretty insightful stuff, as always, from Zach Bush.
That he is. I like it.
We'll take a break right now, come back and talk with one of the Aftershocks, one of their new players, Jeremiah Martin, who played, as Zach mentioned, last year for the Memphis alumni team, which I don't think is in the tournament this year. I don't know why he would change if they were, right?
I don't know.
We just talked to the coach of the Aftershocks. Now we're going to talk to one of the players, one of the new players, Jeremiah Martin, who played his college basketball at Memphis and was outstanding at Memphis. Jeremiah, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
We're doing well. So you played last year with Beale Street. You obviously had some games against Wichita State when you were at Memphis. So how did it come together that you are now wearing the colors of Wichita State?
I had just got a call and just asked me was I interested in playing, and I thought about it for like a few days, but I told him I was interested in playing with Aftershock because this season, because I think Beale Street's having a team this year, and this is how it came together.
Is it going to be tough for you when you put on the jersey to go the right way? Because you always want to be scoring on the guys wearing black and gold?
Man, no, I'm just going out there to just have fun, play basketball, try to win it all.
Hey, Jeremiah, give us a little rundown on everything that's been going on. Obviously, you've been playing in Europe. How's that going? How have you enjoyed it? Just give everybody here in Wichita a little rundown since you left Memphis.
Since I left Memphis, it's been up and down basically, but it's been good. I got a chance to play in the G League and got some games in the NBA, and then once that didn't work out, I went overseas, and I didn't play in a couple of countries, Poland, Australia, Germany, and this past year. And this year coming up, I'll be playing in Russia.
Jeremiah Martin, our guest, he's the newest member of the Aftershocks out of Memphis. Yeah, you played 18 total games in the NBA. You actually played pretty well. Is that an opportunity that could make itself known again for you? Is that something that the door is still open in your mind? And what was that like getting that time in the NBA?
For sure, the door is always open in my mind. But I'm just going with where whoever wants me. Well, if the opportunity ever came again, I'll be definitely ready. And the time spent in the NBA was good. Because it's so hard to get there, hard to play games, hard to it's the best league in the world. So, just was a total dream come true.
What is the biggest difference? Obviously that there's a little more talent and that sort of thing in the NBA compared to college or even in Europe. What's that one intangible that makes those guys in the NBA as good as they are?
They skilled. They're skilled. Everybody athletic. You see it every day. I don't know the answer to that. It's all still basketball, but they're the guys in the NBA are very skilled.
What's the favorite place you've seen or your favorite attraction maybe overseas? Like you said, you've gotten to play a lot of different places. So what have you seen in the world? What's it been like to travel the world?
It's been great because I played European competition. I played in the Euro Cup last year when I played in Poland. Well, the year before last when I played in Poland. And I was able just to go to those different countries and just able to see the different cultures and the different lifestyles. So I think that's kind of the best thing to be like overseas. You just be able to see so many different places that you probably never thought you would see in your life.
Jeremiah Martin, our guest from the Aftershock. So tell us about your time at Memphis because you played, I believe, for Tubby Smith originally, right? He was there your first 3 years or two. You played for three coaches.
I played with Josh Pastor and Tubby Smith, and last coach was Penny.
Yeah, and then Penny. So what was that like? You sign on with Josh. You end up playing for Tubby Smith, who is a national championship winning coach, and then you play for a legend in the game in Penny Hardaway. So it had to be a little bit of a whirlwind for you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But I think it was great. It was good. I was able to learn things, learn how to adjust to different situations, different environments, different coaches, different everything. So it was good. But all those guys did a good job. I had like I said, I learned something from all those guys while they was there. It was good.
What do you think of the program now at Memphis? It gets a lot of criticism, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, for not getting to the NCAA tournament in spite of all the talent. Do you feel like Penny's the right guy there? Do you feel like they need to take a new approach of building the roster, or do you think it's just a matter of time before they really get it going?
Yeah, I think he's good. Penny doing a good job there. Everybody see like this season we got to top 10 in the country. That's very hard to do, no matter what school you at. And it just take time. They going in with the right mindset every year, and they're winning. But sometimes it don't work out. But they'll be good. We'll be back.
Tell us about your plans for you have 11 days till the Aftershocks play July 20th, the first game. What are you doing between now and then? When are you getting to Wichita, and how else are you kind of preparing for this?
I'll be in Wichita next week. Just working out and getting some reps in. I'm getting ready for this, but also I'm still getting ready for my season, this upcoming season. So I feel like it's just it's good to be able to go play guys, play in real games because, I mean, the real season starts like in August. So, I mean, it's all just good, but just working out, just being ready, staying in shape.
I don't know if you know, but your first game is Saturday at noon. Do you like the noon tip-off, or would you rather play in the evening, or does it make a big difference to your preparation?
No, it don't make a difference. I just want to play, no matter what time it is. I mean, I think I'm kind of used to the different time zones and playing in different times now because we'll be overseas and the time difference. So I mean, he's just trying to tip off. He's trying to win.
No doubt. Well, Jeremiah, you're a great get for the Aftershocks. You scored over 1,600 points at Memphis. You played in the NBA. You've had a successful career overseas. So really looking forward to you. We've seen you play. Now we're just looking forward to seeing you play for the home team this time.
No, for sure. I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm excited to be down there, bring my family down there to come down there and see the games, and just excited to be a part of this and just ready to go.
Absolutely. We'll see you on the court July 20th. Be safe until then.
I appreciate you.
Thanks a lot. That's a guy.
It is a guy.
1,600 points at Memphis.
Yeah,
That's
not bad.
That's not 1,600 points at Bozeman State. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do.
Is there a Bozeman State?
I do. Did you ever have 1,600 points in your high school, middle
if you added
school
them all
career?
Together,
You can't
probably, yeah.
can't count practices.
Why not?
No, you can't do that.
I mean, I played biddy for a long time. I played middle school basketball. I played high school for a couple years. I bet I scored upwards of 3,000 points.
Oh, jeez, what a player!
Probably, right?
Man, I can't. I just missed. I missed getting to see you.
Don't you wish you knew how many points you scored in your career in basketball? Well, that would be amazing to know. Also, my lifetime batting average. I wish I knew that.
What do you think it is? 245,
No,
275?
probably 312.
312?
Yeah, about
Wow.
around there.
Good player.
I don't know. I think it's probably pretty high. There were some years I was hitting over 400.
Oh.
I hit 412 as a senior.
Well, that's
I
not
remember
bad.
that. I was at 290 as a junior in Ohio. I don't know.
Only 290? What?
It was a bad year. I turned it on at the end and saved it, but
well, thank goodness for that.
Yeah,
that could have been an ugly.
It was not
ugly
I was
season.
benched for a couple games.
No.
Yeah.
Just
I didn't know
sat you down,
I didn't know I was going to get my spot back.
and then you did.
I was benched during a game.
No way.
Yeah, it was,
Why?
It was ugly.
Swinging at some bad pitches.
They thought I didn't run after a fly ball.
Well, and that's probably true to some degree.
I couldn't
right?
see it, and then the next guy that came, it was a doubleheader. The next guy played the next game, and he lost the ball in the sky too, and they put me back in because I wasn't lying, and then I hit a double off the wall. Let's go to break. Hour number 2 coming up. We might have a game, maybe. Do you want to come up with a game? Probably
It's
not.
Tuesday.
I know. I don't like coming. It's hard.
Well,
to come
neither
up.
do I. And I'm coming in Friday, so I've already. That's the one thing that's bugging me already, and it's Tuesday.
It's hard to come up with games for you.
Why?
Because I don't know what you know. And
I don't know
wanna-
anything.
I don't
so-
want to expose you.
Oh, expose me. Does it really bother me?
It bothers me.
That doesn't bother me.
I don't want to be mean to people. Do I?
I don't know. You ever hear yourself in the 3-man booth in the games?
Yeah, well,
You have no problem being mean.
Well, I have to sometimes.
Well, then, don't worry about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, stay with us. Hour number 2 of Bob and Jeff coming right up.
In one moment, a gift most humans never receive in a lifetime.
Hey, what time is it, kids?
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Jeff Lutz.
I was just over here reading the multiple endless pieces of literature that say clutch doesn't exist. Look up does clutch exist, and it's the first result.
Pretty clutch.
And Jason Duda. For today, anyway.
When I was playing with the Thunder, I can't remember the defenseman's name. He would never score. He was just a solid defense. But when we went into a shootout, we put him in. Why? Because he was clutch.
Pretty clutch.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Stand by for action.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Bob and Jeff, which might include a game.
Maybe.
What do you want the game to be about?
Your call.
Give me something.
Your call.
Tell me where to go. Point me in a direction.
Anywhere.
Do you have anything new on the Megalodon? I
No.
said if we're going to talk about it, then
No.
you have to bring it.
No, I've decided that discussion is probably closed.
That part of the show
Although
is
the
over?
Megalodon is still alive. That's my theory. Prove me wrong.
I can't prove you wrong.
Nobody can.
But you can't prove yourself right.
I can't. But I know it in my heart. So it's got to be true.
You want to talk about Mike Gundy for a while?
What's going on with Mike?
You know how I feel about Oklahoma State football.
Yes, huge fan.
I think.
What happened?
What would you consider me in relation to Oklahoma State football? Would you call me a hater? Would you call me fair? Would you call me unfair? Is it over the top? Is it too much? Is it not enough?
Over the top, maybe a little unfair. I don't know if I'd go as far as hater. You really don't like Oklahoma State, though.
It's not that I don't like them. Remember that.
So that's what I'm saying.
It's
So
just that
I'm not.
they
I don't.
happen-
I don't think I can go that far.
It's just that they happen to be fraudulent.
In what way?
And I need to continue to point that out.
In what way are they fraudulent?
They have all this promise. Every year it seems like, oh, this is Oklahoma State. This is going to be their year. They're going to really take the Big 12 by storm. Then nothing happens.
A lot of teams say that, though.
No, but they do it every year, and then they finish 9-4, 10-3 every year. Big deal. Win something.
Fair.
They've won one outright Big 12 championship. One.
Okay. So that's why you don't like them.
And you know what I'm going to do right now?
What?
Name a food that you think it would be hilarious to watch me try to eat.
Well, I've already seen you do the ghost pepper.
I don't want something that's going to be uncomfortable. I do. You can just make it gross, okay?
Anchovies.
Fine.
Do you like anchovies?
I've never had anchovies.
Oh, you got to try them.
I don't like the thought of eating anchovies, but since I'm so confident,
yeah,
I'll say it, and it's on the air. It's for people to hear. If Oklahoma State reaches the 12-team, 12. This is no longer your father's CFP, right?
Right. That's
not
out.
4 teams
That's gone.
anymore. 12 teams.
12.
If Oklahoma State makes it, anchovies will be eaten by this guy right here.
Fair enough. Mark it down, Max.
How do I make them
This
taste
is a
good?
keeper.
You can get them on pizza if you like it.
I know, but
no,
that makes the pizza bad.
No, we'll just anchovies.
Oh.
What? They're just a little salty.
Are they?
Yeah.
What do they taste like?
Do you like Caesar salad?
I don't. Do I look like I eat a lot of Caesar salad?
That's basically what gives Caesar salad its taste.
Okay. Anyway, Mike Gundy, his big time running back Ollie Gordon II got arrested for DUI. Here's Mike Gundy's quote. One of his quotes. He's going to play. Yeah, gosh darn it, putting other people at risk, and we're not doing anything about it. He's going to play. That's Mike Gundy's stance on potentially killing someone in your vehicle. It could have happened. I'm going to do what we think is best for Oklahoma State football, and I think it's best for Ollie to play. And then get this: if there's any punishment, it's making him carry the ball 50 times in the first game. So not only are we not going to punish him, we're going to play him more because he got a DUI. That's the punishment. Ollie, not only are you not sitting for this egregious act of criminality, we're going to give you the ball more. Your thoughts?
Well, what's
It's embarrassing.
Well, what happened? Was he in a crash? Did he
No,
hurt
he just
anybody?
got arrested for DUI.
Okay. So wrong, mistake.
Right. I'm not saying he needs. I'm not
no
even saying he
question.
needs to be benched. But the quote is, "We're making him play more, maybe for his punishment. We need him on the field more to punish him." You think carrying the ball 50 times that's not. Who cares? It's not going to affect him. I get what he's going for. We're going to make him work so hard that he's going to be exhausted. He could. I bet he could carry. I bet he's done it before in high school.
Probably has. So what's the big deal?
That's
what's
his
the big,
punishment.
What do you think the punishment should be then?
Is that the right thing to say as a coach?
Well, probably as a coach, probably not the right thing to say right after it happens. But the kid made a mistake. Nobody got hurt, right?
Right.
Now, if somebody gets hurt,
I'm not saying banish the guy for life.
And
here.
I understand a DUI
But if your
is a
punishment is we're going to
DUI.
play him more.
But I'm a firm believer too. If you hurt somebody while you did it, then you got to pay for something.
Right. He should
Absolutely.
maybe don't even play at all in that case.
But a DUI, I mean, it happens. I mean, lots of people get them, and it's maybe he had 2 drinks and
it's unfortunate.
0.9 over. Like, who knows the exact? If I knew the exact situation, then maybe I would have a better.
It's not even the situation that I'm really worried about. It's the quote. Gordon, 20, issued a formal apology Monday and said Tuesday that he couldn't elaborate on specifics because of legal reasons. Keep that in mind.
I'll keep it.
He could not elaborate on what?
Legal reasons. Specifics that are legal.
And here's the next Gundy quote. Your punishment is going to be facing the facts. What facts?
We don't know the facts.
He doesn't have to face the facts because he can't talk about them. Wouldn't facing the facts be, hey, this is exactly what I did and what happened? Those are facts. What facts is he having to face?
Well, he's going to have to face them. There are facts out there. They're just not sharing them.
But, okay, when is he going to have to? That's why we brought him here today, to face the facts. Today, that's why we brought him here to Big 12 Media Day. What facts is he facing?
He's not facing
anything. He
anything
can't talk
today.
about it, or he's choosing not to.
Well, he's not facing anything.
You don't see him as inflamed.
Well, you're fired
by
up
this.
over there, so I'm allowing you to be the fired up one. I'll play devil's advocate on the other side.
With me. Now, so he's got 2 punishments so far. First one, according to Mike Gundy, making him carry the ball 50 times a game.
Yeah.
That's his first punishment.
That's a tough one.
Right? His second punishment is going to be facing the facts, according to Mike Gundy. These are the 2 punishments. One, you get to play more of the thing that you enjoy doing. Second, you get to not talk about what happened. Brilliant. What a leader. Good job, Mike. Heck of an effort. That's leadership right there. You don't have to talk about it, and you play more.
That's the Oklahoma State way. Is that what you're saying?
It must be the Oklahoma State way.
So you're just disappointed that he didn't say, no, you're suspended for 4 games?
I don't care.
Well, obviously you do care. You're losing your marbles over there.
I don't care what the actual punishment is.
But you want him to be punished.
I don't care.
But you want him to be, or else this wouldn't bother you.
No, I want someone to just be honest. I want Mike Gundy to just be honest.
Maybe Mike is being honest. This is what I'm doing.
Neither of those things are punishments.
You don't like that.
Neither of those things are punishments.
So you want him to be punished?
No. Listen, if there's any punishment, it's making him carry the ball 50 times. Is that a punishment in your opinion?
No.
Okay. Your punishment is going to be facing the facts. Can he talk about the facts?
No.
Is that a punishment in your opinion?
No.
So where's the punishment?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care.
But you said you want him to have a punishment.
No, I did not.
But you're saying he's not being punished, and now you're mad about it.
I'm saying he's not being punished in spite of the head coach saying twice that there are 2 separate punishments, which you just admitted neither are punishments.
Neither are punishments.
So if you're going to say there's a punishment, punish him.
So what do you think he should do?
Either say, one, we're choosing not to punish him because he's that important to our team, and we don't necessarily think what he did is a punishable offense. Right?
Fair.
Or say, if there's any punishment, ... followed by a real punishment. If there's any punishment, he has to sit out the first half of the first game. If your punishment is going to be, instead of facing the facts, which is an empty, meaningless proclamation, your punishment is going to be not playing the first half of the first game. Those now would be punishments.
Punishments.
Right.
So you just need him to be punished.
I said you're not going into hiding. Cliche. You're going to have to face the music. Cliche. You're going to have to stand up and talk to people and answer questions, which he didn't. And hopefully more than football, you can learn from the situation you've been in. Because if not, then we have a real issue. DUI, not a real issue. Not learning from DUI, a real issue.
Part of that's true. If you're not going to learn from something like that, that's an issue.
It is. It's
that
a real
I agree
issue.
with.
A real issue.
That I agree with.
DUI may be an issue, but not a real issue.
Well, it's an issue he's going to have to face.
Is that
But
someone,
is that an issue Oklahoma State has to deal with, though?
Let's pretend like your son Jackson takes up football this year and becomes amazing at it.
Okay.
And he's now being recruited by Mike Gundy.
Uh-oh.
Well, after reading these quotes and hearing these quotes, that's something you feel comfortable sitting?
Well, if he's amazing and he can go somewhere where he's going to play no matter what, might be a good situation for
it
the
might.
kid.
He can do whatever he wants.
I mean, let's be honest.
No punishments at Oklahoma State.
No punishment.
And if you don't learn from the thing that you did, that's the real issue. Not doing the thing, not the criminal offense, not an issue.
Not an issue.
But if you don't learn from it, what is he supposed to learn? Just don't do it. Isn't that the learning part of it?
Well, I would think
Can't
that's...
Mike Gundy say this is never going to happen again? I mean, good grief, Mike.
Oh, Mike Gundy can't say this isn't going to ever happen again. Mike Gundy isn't going to follow him around every day.
Well, he's going to say this won't happen again. He doesn't have a place in this program. Because what is a real issue?
Well, then there you go.
According to Mike Gundy.
That would probably be the smart thing to say. But as we know now in the college sports, nobody really cares because they just want to play.
Then say
that. They just want you to play.
Then say that.
That's just the way it is.
I'm good with it.
Nobody cares.
No one is honest.
No, nobody is honest anywhere in the world.
But
when it comes to stuff like this, because he can help them, so it's kind of okay. This has been going on for decades. But it's the way it is.
Here's the problem, however.
What's the problem now?
People like Mike Gundy who think the rest of us are idiots and can't see through this garbage. Why say it?
Just to get it out and say it and be done with it.
But you're not done with it. You didn't say anything.
But he came out and said something, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Oh, he addressed it. It's okay.
Whatever.
Oklahoma State fans and alumni and sponsors and boosters, they'll be happy with that, and that's all that matters. Because it doesn't matter what we think in Wichita. Mike Gundy doesn't care sitting in Oklahoma State.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
He doesn't care that he got a DUI. He doesn't really care.
I wouldn't say he probably doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care unless it's going to affect his season. Then he'll care.
He might.
Oh,
because he's only going to do what's best for Oklahoma State football. He's not going to do what's best for the player. He's admitted that in so many words.
True.
He's only going to do what is best for his team.
I agree.
Not what's best for the players on the team.
Which is
wrong.
Leader.
What a leader.
That's where you're at?
That's where I'm at.
And you're comfortable with that?
Extremely comfortable.
I know you are. I can tell.
Are you comfortable?
What are we going to do with Mike Gundy? I don't know what we're going to do.
Mike Gundy can do whatever he wants. I don't care about Mike Gundy. I don't care what he says. I just want him. I do care what he says because I want him to just be honest. Just tell the truth.
They're not.
You want him to come out and say the donors and alumni.
I would love
money.
that. Yes, I would be so refreshing.
That ain't going to happen.
Because what trouble is he going to get in from that? Who would care?
You're fired.
No, Mike Gundy's not ever going to be fired. He goes 11-2 every year, 12-1, or 9-4,
9-4,
whatever he goes.
10-3 because they never win anything. If they're 12-1, they'd be winning stuff.
Yeah, they might have gone 12-1 once.
What is it about Mike Gundy that just drives you up the wall? Was it when he came out and said, "I'm 40, I'm a man"? Is that when it started?
That was great.
Is that when it started?
Just don't think he's an honest
Is
person.
that not honest?
Just think
come at me, I'm 40, I'm a man.
Just think he's
honest.
A snake.
That's
all.
honest.
No biggie.
That's honest, though. Is that not honest?
That was
come at me.
That was 17 years ago. The guy's pushing 60 now. Is he any more of a man than he was when he was almost 40?
I don't know. What do you think?
No.
Not at all.
It seems like
zip, zilch.
It seems like this job and this position has turned Mike Gundy into less of an upstanding citizen than he felt like he was 17 years ago.
Wow.
And I hope this gets back to him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I want him to know that not everyone's a moron. And that there are some people who, when he says, 50 times a game you might have to carry, oh, wow, that's a big-time punishment.
That's tough.
That not all of us are like that.
That's
and
tough.
that making a guy come to face the facts is not a punishment.
You feel better?
Do you?
I'm indifferent. The kid got a DUI. I get it. Wrong. Should never happen.
Right.
Should never happen for anybody.
But it's not an issue. It's not a real issue.
It's not an issue?
It's not according to Mike Gundy. If he doesn't learn from it, it's an issue.
Well, I guess we'll just have to play this out and see what happens. Because if he doesn't learn from it, then I guess we'll know if he was going to do something.
Do you think a reporter this season will approach Mr. Gordon, Ollie Gordon, with a question? Have you learned from the situation that happened before this year? Do you think he'll ever really have to face facts?
Probably not from anybody from Oklahoma State.
No, that won't happen.
You don't think he'll ever have to answer that question?
I don't think he will.
I don't know, man. I think he's probably going to have to answer it. At some point, you're going to have to answer it.
He won't.
But it'll just depend on the legal side of things. After the legal side comes out, then we'll know more. If he's going to be punished or not. Because he's got to be punished. But you don't care that he's punished because it doesn't matter.
Maybe the judge
But you want him to be punished.
Maybe the judge will have maybe he'll give Ollie Gordon money. Instead of him having to pay the fine, he gets the money that he would have had to pay.
It's just part of his NIL deal.
Exactly.
Well, maybe they can get that through.
He's going to get to play more. Maybe he should now earn more.
Well, that's
as punishment.
That's a possibility.
As punishment.
That's a punishment?
Right. You get to play more, and we're going to pay you more.
Are you taking
as punishment?
Are you taking it a little far?
I don't think so.
I think you're taking it a little out of context now.
Maybe.
Just a hair.
But I think my point stands.
Well, it's been made.
I haven't heard from my Oklahoma State friend, David Michael Hahn, so hopefully he's not listening.
I hope it doesn't get back to him.
Oh, I hope it does.
Oh, it will. Guaranteed.
Can't wait.
Guaranteed.
Let's take a break.
Let's do that.
Maybe we'll have a game on the other side.
Okay.
I'll have to come up with one first.
You'll figure it out.
Won't I?
Oh, you're a good player.
Stay with us. It's Bob and Jeff on KFH.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show.
Max, it is.
Time to play the game.
There are questions about your homeland of Sexsmith, Alberta.
Sexsmith?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I had AI give me a list of 20 questions.
Oh, God.
And then 10,
this should be interesting.
And then 10 more questions about Sexsmith.
Okay, well,
and
let's
we'll see
if they're within the last 30 years, I might not know them. So I want to hear them.
I don't know what they are.
Well, let's go.
Some of them are obviously very easy. Some of them might be inaccurate for all I know. But
Okay.
we're going to find out.
All right.
When was Sexsmith, Alberta founded?
It's on the sign. That's a good question. I'll say 19...
We got half of
24.
it right. 1916.
Ooh, I was close. 1916.
It's on the sign.
I know it's on the sign, but I don't remember the sign. I haven't seen the sign in a long time.
Well, let's check out the sign.
I think it's on the sign in the little yellow part. It's got to be.
Alberta sign. Images. Is there a sign? Population over 1,700.
Oh, it's grown.
That's it. There is no founded.
See?
There is no founded.
So maybe it was 24.
It might have been. The next question is, what is the approximate population of Sexsmith?
About 1,700.
No, it's more than 1,700.
Oh, what date?
As of the latest census.
I'm going to say it's probably around 2,800.
Oh, you had it right the first
7?
time. I thought you were going to say 6. Around 2,600 people.
Yeah,
the sign currently, it says over 2,620.
What?
Population over 2,620 is what's on the sign
there you go.
right now. Do you know it says home of somebody on the sign?
Who?
Carter Rowney.
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 Rowney. Oh, well, he won the Stanley Cup with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, good for him. Why does it say home of Jason Duda on there?
I didn't win the Stanley Cup.
Not yet. What is the main industry in Sexsmith?
Well, that'd be farming.
Yeah, agriculture. What is the name of the local newspaper?
They have a local newspaper. Centennial.
Yeah, Sentinel.
Sexsmith's
Close enough.
Yeah, that's close enough.
It's not quite a centennial yet.
Sexsmith
They're
Sentinel.
not even at a. They're barely over whatever 100 years is. Is centennial 100? Yeah, because bicentennials too.
So it's 110.
Yeah, about.
The paper's still going in Sexsmith. Oh, wow.
Well, apparently.
Well, they don't have internet up there yet. So.
Which river flows near Sexsmith?
Smoky.
That's not what AI thinks.
Which other river would? Oh, it's over by between Grand Prairie and Grovedale. What's it called?
What is that river called? Native American name, I think.
We just crossed it last year.
Hadn't been that long since you crossed it.
Oh man. Oh, this is gonna bug me. And I was just talking to my buddy Fetty about this like 3 days ago.
Well, Fetty should know if anybody knows.
Well, Feds would know. I've been just wait.
Fetty?
I'm gonna talk to Feds here. Give me a second.
You can't okay, you want me to
What
skip
do you mean?
that
It's
question?
phone a friend time.
You want me? Well, put him on then.
Go to another one.
No, you better put him on speaker. What is the name of the annual fair held in Sexsmith?
There's an annual fair?
I don't know.
What? Where's AI coming up with this?
I told him to give me correct answers.
What? I don't know. What is the fair called?
I don't think there is one. Sexsmith Family Day Fair? Does that do anything for you?
No. That doesn't.
I don't think these are. I don't think
know
these
if
are real
AI knows what they're talking about. I think AI is drunk.
It is drunk.
Might have been in the car with Gordon.
What about the Wapiti River?
Wapiti.
Well,
that's the river, probably.
Yeah, that's the river, probably. We don't know necessarily. What's the name of the local hockey team?
It's Wapiti.
He answered back?
Yeah. Phone a friend when needed.
You can't text a friend. That's cheating.
Why?
Because they have time to look it up.
He wouldn't need to look it up.
I'm just saying.
It's literally in his backyard.
If you want it to be on the up and up. Did you know the motto of the town of Sexsmith? Do you know what that is?
We have a motto?
I don't think so, but AI thinks you
What
do.
is AI's thought on this?
Progress with pride. That's an awful motto.
Yeah, I don't know. AI made that up.
I can't hate a motto any more than I hate that motto.
I think that was made up.
In what year? I don't think anybody knows that. What is the name of the local hockey team in Sexsmith?
I played for them.
Yeah.
Well, they were the Storm. Is it still the Storm?
No. I don't know if this is right.
Grand Prairie Storm.
The Sexsmith?
Oh, Sexsmith.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it used to be the Generals.
I don't think it
when
is
Dad
anymore.
was playing, that was the name of the team. But that's 45 years ago. So the name of the Sexsmith.
They're a junior B ice hockey team.
I didn't know they had. Oh, no, I did know they had one. There's a bad story about that, too, but I don't want to share that in the air.
Can you?
No.
A bad story?
Well, it's not about the team. It was just a couple guys on the team.
Did something they weren't supposed to?
Yeah. Yeah, at the Alamo, the local bar.
Any details?
Well, there were some scary details.
And he'd like to share?
Not really.
But sort of?
Well, I've only heard about it, so I don't know the whole story.
Okay, well, you can tell me off the
But
air.
there was a fight, and there were knives involved.
Yikes.
And people hurt badly.
That's not
bystanders.
That's not what anybody wants.
No. So I don't know. What is the team name?
The Vipers. And that's true. I looked it up.
That I did not know.
Did you know there's a local golf course in Sexsmith?
Yeah, there's like two of them.
What is it called? What's the local golf course?
There's one. Well, there's two because there's one just north called Spruce Meadows.
Okay.
And then my buddy owns the other one just south, a 9-hole course called Morning View.
But there's not one that's called the Sexsmith Golf Club?
Not that I know of.
That
The
you know of?
Sexsmith Golf Club?
That's what this says. What
There's no Sexsmith Golf Club. I was up there last summer.
I believe you.
You got Spruce Meadows and you got Morning View.
I
That's
can't
the only two courses in Sexsmith. Now, do you think Sexsmith has 3 courses? They have 2,600 people.
No, I don't. I don't even know how they
The
have
Sexsmith
two.
Golf Club, AI, figure it out.
I don't even know how they have 2 courses, if we're being
And
completely
they're packed
honest.
all the time.
What nearby city is Sexsmith closest to?
Grand Prairie?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's the city. Yeah, town would be Claremont because it's right in between.
What major highway runs near Sexsmith?
What is that highway? Is it Highway 2?
It is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See?
That's impressive. What is the name of the local high school in Sexsmith?
Sexsmith Secondary School. I went there a little bit, off and on.
Yeah, I get it.
Never on Thursdays.
You know the origin of the name Sexsmith?
No, but I want to hear this.
It was named after David Sexsmith, who settled in the area in 1910.
What about Ron Sexsmith, the singer?
He's from Sexsmith.
Ron?
According to this.
Yeah.
But that's a little too convenient for me.
What?
His name isn't Ron Sexsmith.
Yes.
And he wasn't born
Look up Ron Sexsmith.
And he wasn't born in Sexsmith.
And he was a singer.
He wasn't born in Sexsmith.
Doesn't matter. It's got ties to it.
You want to know where he was born?
Where was Ronnie born at? Ronnie Sexsmith.
He was born in St. Catharines, Ontario.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Not even Alberta.
That doesn't count.
What nearby lake is a popular spot for fishing and recreational activities for Sexsmith residents?
Nearby lake?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Bear Lake?
Yeah, that's correct.
Whew.
Which former NHL player was born in Sexsmith?
Rowney.
There's another one, apparently. I think this might be made up.
That was born in Sexsmith?
Apparently.
Who?
Bryce Salvador.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. What local event celebrates the town's agricultural heritage each year?
What?
What local event celebrates the town's agricultural heritage each year?
Sexsmith Days.
Sexsmith Grain Elevator Park Day.
Grain Elevator Park Day.
Is that a real thing?
That could be because they got the big grain elevators there. So that makes sense. That I could believe. That one I could believe.
All right. I'm going to ask you for 2 more questions.
Okay.
What is the name of the local volunteer fire department? Oh, this is
the
bad.
Sexsmith Fire Department.
Sexsmith and District Fire Department.
Oh, there you have it.
There it is.
Okay, you got one more?
It's Sexsmith Heritage Day Festival. Is that a real thing?
Don't know.
All right.
Couldn't tell you.
Let's take a break.
Well, okay.
Do you want to?
Probably safe for everybody.
One more.
Okay, one more.
What is the name of the museum in Sexsmith that showcases this? I don't think any of this is real anymore. I think AI is making stuff up.
I think it is.
You don't have a museum.
I don't think so.
Look at you.
I could be in the museum.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you at Canada. How many time zones are in Canada?
How many time zones?
Yeah.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
6. I wasn't done counting. You got the half an hour one out there in Newfoundland.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Half an hour. How do you have a half an hour time zone?
I hate that.
Really?
Yeah.
Half an hour?
Yeah, where my
I was thinking there was an
uncle's
Atlantic,
at right now is like 2.5 or 3.5 hours difference and a half. I don't understand. I don't know.
I'm not a fan.
I don't know. Never heard of a half hour time zone,
So what
but
are
we
they?
have one.
What do they call that?
A half hour time
because
zone.
there's a Atlantic time zone, Eastern,
Maybe it's the Newfie time zone.
Central, Mountain, Pacific. What's the other one? Is that the half hour one?
Nobody knows.
I don't know. I don't know.
5.5.
I don't know, Max.
Wow.
I don't know.
Did you know, Jason, the baseball coverage on KFH is presented by T-Mobile. You can switch to T-Mobile, and you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Use their savings calculator to find out how at tmobile.com/switch.
I did not know that.
Download the free Odyssey app and search KFH to get started.
Huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
You enjoy that?
Yeah, I did.
What do you got there? Oh, yeah, we have a call. Shannon, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm on my phone through the radio and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's how phones work.
I had a favor to ask.
Okay.
Today's my birthday.
Wow. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
55. Yeah, I'm 55. I was hoping Bob would also be there, but then I heard yesterday he wouldn't be. But I still figured you're a good guy. Would you sing happy birthday to me, please?
Dudes, you want to get in?
I'm not a singer. This is all you if you want to take it away.
No, I will not. Yes, I will. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shannon. Happy birthday to you.
That was awesome. It's also O.J. Simpson's birthday, in case you didn't know that.
Who?
O.J. Simpson's.
Oh, well, he's dead. I'm not singing to him.
And Tom Hanks, but
yeah, big deal. Not singing to him either.
Yeah.
Even though he used to like the Cleveland Guardians.
Well, I appreciate that. That was really nice of you.
That was nice of me. Will you return the favor on 12/21?
Of course.
Can't wait. Happy birthday.
All right, cool. Thank you.
You don't look a day over 55.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There goes Shannon. Did you enjoy that?
There goes the show.
You would have never done that.
No, probably not. I don't think I'd do that. I don't think so.
Have you ever sang happy birthday? Even to your own children?
To the kids, yeah.
What about your wife?
No, we really don't sing happy birthday to each other.
That's too bad.
It is. But we're both okay with it, so that's fine.
Speaking of baseball, the Twins are going to catch Cleveland in what, 3 days? They're 5 back, so 5 days?
Here you go again. Whine.
How am I whining?
Whine. The Wambulance is on its way.
What's whining about that?
They're going to get you. My team sucks. You and this roller coaster ride with these guys, man.
I said,
well, they're going to lose 5
back
in a row.
They haven't lost more than 3 in a row.
But
all
you
year.
just said it's 5 games.
Isn't that amazing?
You just said in 5 games.
Yeah.
So they're going to lose 5 in a row, is what you just said.
I said, yeah, basically.
Yeah. That's what you just said.
Yeah, basically.
So they're no good anymore? They're just bad?
I don't think they're that good, no.
56-33.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
They were.
Oh my God, it's so painful, these two guys, when it comes to the Cardinals, and all they do is complain. My team's no good. They're in first place. Same thing with the Cardinals. They're terrible. They're so bad. They're 4.5 games out of first. It's just annoying. Well, this is why I don't have a team.
Right.
I think it's because of you
can't
guys.
Handle it emotionally.
It's because of you guys.
Because you don't know how to handle emotion.
Just awful.
You
Just
don't even know
awful.
how to feel emotion.
All you want to do is complain about your team.
I'm not complaining. I said in 5 days they won't be in first.
All you guys do is complain. Both.
How is that a complaint?
So you're happy they're going to lose 5 in a row?
Not happy.
Well, then there's your complaint. You're complaining and whining, and they haven't even done it yet. This is the problem. You guys whine and complain so much, and it's 4 games into the season, and both are
4.
We're
8, almost 90.
We're not going to get there. I'm talking about when it was 4 games into the season. Oh yeah, there's no good. Oh, my team sucks. And then Cleveland's in first. They're up by 5 games. Yeah, my team sucks. They're going to be out.
They were up 9.
They're going to be out of first place in the next 5 days. The Cardinals, they're just awful. They're terrible. They're not going to do anything. They have nothing going on. They're in last place. They're 4.5 games out of first halfway through the season. Like, just stop. If you
I'm not going to stop.
That's not being a fan.
I'll never stop.
Be a fan and be happy where you're at. Oh, God, the Cardinals, they're battling back.
I hate people who are happy.
Knew they were going to be that way.
I hate
the Guardians,
people who are happy with where they're at.
We're 5 games up. We had a little slow stretch here. Minnesota played well, but no big deal. Not you guys.
You know who's happy
Not you guys. You want to win. We're going to lose. And at the end of the season, I told you that was going to happen.
You know who's happy with where they're at? Losers. See, that's what you deserve.
What?
The little coughing fit you just had.
Well, God, don't you guys get that way when you whine that much all the time?
You know who's happy?
Doesn't it bother you?
Losers are happy.
Why are losers happy?
with where they're at. I'm happy with where I'm at. I don't need to get better. I don't.
My team's in first place, but
I'll-
we're not going to be there pretty soon. Ambulance. Ambulance. It's awful.
When you're
it's
listening-
absolutely awful.
You're awful. When you're listening,
You're awful. Good
while
one.
You're
Attaboy,
listening,
Jeff.
While you're listening to KFH, I don't know what this read means. I'm not even going to read it. No show tomorrow. Back Thursday is with the three-man booth. Thanks to Zach Bush and Jeremiah Martin. See ya.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids to a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.